Today we got Gen Z Strange Obsession with 2016, bro. I'll be hearing how people love 2016, but I was 11 at the time, so the only thing I got to indulge in really was music. And music-wise, 2016 was good, but my personal opinion, 2018 to 19, 2017 through 2017 through 2019 was some of the best eras of Gen Z music personally. But let's get into it.
2016, the year that has their cock down everybody's esophagus. Everybody glazes this shit to no ends meet. No matter how good a year can be, it will never be better than 2016. Like, I get 2016 was fire. It was really a good year. But this generation and millennials are just so obsessed with this shit. Like, y'all act like no other year has been good besides that year. While I was 10 during that time, so I might not.
I was 11.
Implications. I've been wondering for a minute, why is everybody so obsessed with 2016? Besides the fact that sports, music, and media all peaked during this year. And the main
that's the crazy part too. Like, what? Maybe I wasn't like tapped in, and that's why I think other years are better because I decided to tap in more. But 2016, I was still tapped in with music. I still. That's how. Want to know how I know I'm old, bruh? The only time we can like listen to music is if like we have to. Oh my god, bro! I'm about to lore dump. If you went to Maple Ridge or go to Maple Ridge, well, if you went to Maple Ridge, you would know what this is like, bro. The only time you gotta listen to music is if you had a phone, which barely anyone had back in my day. Like maybe half my class had phones, and that's maybe if, bro. If you had a phone, or if, bro, we were in portables when I was in grade 6, and we had to wheel like the computers into our class from the school, and then we had to like wait to use each other's headphones, like not the school's headphones, if you didn't have any of your own. And I was on Django, bro.
The reason that I found is because of 2020. 2020 was the end of the world as we know it. COVID shut everything down, forcing everybody to go inside and basically live life through their phones and laptops. And because of this 6-month-long event of quarantining and not going outside, society hasn't been the same.
Damn, it was really 6 months? Ain't no way it was 6 months. What? Shutdown happened like right after March break, so that's like the third. No way, shutdown happened right after March break because it was like strike. I was speaking for like my Canadian people or Ontario people. Like, what? There were strikes, then March break, then, bro, the perfect succession of I was in grade 9, so school wasn't serious for me, so I was mad. Chilling, bro. I was still doing work because I was a good kid, but you couldn't fail at that time, bro. Man, I was like, knock on wood and hopefully it never happens again. But I like quarantine, bro. That was a vibe.
Same sense. Majority of society went from being very outgoing and social to all wanting to be nonchalant, popular, alone. We went from hanging out with the boys and going to parties on Fridays and Saturdays to staying inside playing Fortnite and GTA. And we went from actually talking and interacting with women in real life to only being able to talk to them through messages or FaceTime. Not to mention, if we wanted any physical intimacy with anyone, we would have to use our hands, which turned everybody into gooners for about 6 months. Don't lie. We all went through that phase. Yes, I said we. Stop lying.
I don't know who we is. Bro. But to like let y'all into my personal life a little bit. Yeah, quarantine is when I did start beating. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Man, my meat was hard. I had nothing else to do. I was stuck in my room all day. Yeah.
And while it's been 5 years since these events happened and we have progressed
5 years,
bro. A lot of the consequences from that year still remain. One of them being the significant rise of social media. Before 2020, social media and content creators were still very popular. Ever since that year, this shit has exploded beyond belief. The popular thing to do nowadays isn't to be a rapper or an actor, it's to be a content creator. Kids are dead growing up wanting to be this. People would rather stay inside and smoke and chill than go outside and drink with the boys. Whether you like it or not, 2020 turned all of us into introverts. And even if you didn't make that complete transition, you're at least a little bit more there than you would have if not from the pandemic. But let's get straight to the point. How does this relate?
I always wondered, what would life be like if can I even say that? I mean, he said it, so I always wonder, what would life be like if the pandemic never happened, bro? If I actually gotta like do all 4 years of high school in school, what would I be like, bro? Who knows, man? Who knows?
To 2016. Well, when you think about what 2016 was,
congratulations,
literally everything that was. I think the biggest thing everybody talks about when they talk about that year is the vibe.
The average weekend in 2016, I'm literally on the way to a function whose address I got off Snapchat. I'm in a packed car blasting.
2016, I was 11, so what? Yeah, I was like in grade 6, grade 5, grade 6. Let's say grade 6. What happened? My class almost destroyed the portables. I was in a portable for class, so we almost suffocated in the summer, bro. Imagine a bunch of kids going through puberty, cramped in a small little portable, bro, and to the max capacity. Oh my! But the portables were a vibe, but oh wait, there was a kid who got kicked through the door. 2016 was low-key a vibe. I ain't gonna lie, bro. One of my friends got in trouble for trying to bring some Febreze into class because our class stunk. Oh my, yo, that should be a whole YouTube video.
Poor life screaming that with my location off, knowing that I'm gonna be home way past curfew. That was back when Instagram was still lit. We had World Star popping off, memes were trending. There was no TikTok, there was no brain rot. People actually could talk to people. There was no like attention disorder. You could literally be having a conversation with somebody and get to know them and not be like checking your phone every 5 seconds. When they're teenagers, I'm gonna be thinking in my head like, losers? Losers! Like, what do you mean you sit at home watching people stream? Go do something.
It was just something in the air that year. You couldn't explain. The world just kind of felt like a community. Maybe it was because of all of the challenges, new dances like the dab, the mannequin challenge, hell, the rise of Pokemon Go.
Pokemon go to the polls.
Get that nigga off my shit right now. Come on. Get that nigga.
Whatever it was, life just felt more together back then. There were so many things to be a part of in an era where the internet was still fairly new to being popular. It was like the perfect climax of social media meeting actual real life and joining together to just create a perfect vibe.
Again, I'm speaking from 11-year-old me's experience of living in Pickering, Ontario. So I was already an introverted kid. Hey man, maybe I didn't live 2016 for real. Cause what? Alright, bro. I don't remember 2016 for real. Besides like the portable stuff. Yeah. On the first day of school, one of my friends got hit in the face with some pine cones by some girl. That was pretty fun. What else? Yeah, almost like got a heat stroke in a portable. I'm having to, yeah, bro.
I think 2016 is such a nostalgia and mixture because that was like the last peak genuine year. Meaning that was the last genuine year of vibe. Like how I think of 2016, that's when my generation, we were like at the peak of this social media stuff. It was having its rounds, but no one really knew what it was. So no one really knew what it was to be an influencer, or no one really knew what social media was. It was still just throwing stuff at the fan, just going with the vibes. That was like the last year of what we know before everything just turned superficial. And then right after that, my generation, shout out to the 25 and 26 year olds, I can't pinpoint it. We crossed over into a different sector in 2017. And if you know the feeling, you know the feeling. But after 2016, it was just like 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. And from there, everything just kind of been in limbo.
And like I said before, one of the most obvious reasons for our obsession with this year is because everything peaked. Sports, movies, content, music.
Ireland boys. Oh man.
everything.
The last instances of a full-length Rihanna and Frank Ocean project, Drake becoming synonymous with one of the most nostalgic summers ever, Kanye with one of the most iconic listening parties we've ever seen, Chance the Rapper before jinxing himself on Ultralight Beam, Post Malone before converting into a full-time West Virginian, The Weeknd giving us an album that was initially negatively received because all you fake mysterious freaks kept saying trilogy's better. Both are good. Shut up.
Oh, random story from 2016, bro. This is just memory lane from everything I remember, bro. Like, what's the song called? Just Like Angelina. It was a Weeknd song, right? That came out at the time. One of my friends, one of my friends had an online girlfriend, right? Whose name was Angelina. And, the Weeknd song, I can't remember what that song is called, came out at the same time, so we kind of made jokes about that. And then, long story short, apparently Angelina was a dude.
YouTube had content that wasn't just balloon popping and weird vlogs. Basketball at the collegiate and professional level was peak. Blocked by Jane. You would see a fine woman at Target and just think about her the rest of the day. Now you just scroll on your phone and say, damn, and move on. We're in a revolving door of situationships. Nothing feels sacred anymore.
One thing bro forgot to mention in this video, Double XL 2016 class. We started a whole era of music. Also, football.
Oh, yeah. That still will forever be the best, bro. Woo! I didn't experience it for real because I didn't start, getting to Double XL and whatnot till, what? 3 years after that, 2019. But yeah. That was peak still.
Football fan. Odell, 2015, 2016, Panthers, Cam Newton, Super Bowl camp. Peyton Manning's last year. Not to mention when you go to the basketball side, we had the greatest finals of all time. And it feels like every big artist also dropped a major project that year. Literally, I can go on and on about this. A lot of shit happened. And you know a year is good when the most controversial presidential election happened in a year. That's still not the most memorable part of the year.
Oh, that did happen.
There's no other way to really describe it. But I still feel like the hyperfixation on this specific year is interesting. Because even though 2016 was peak, let's not act like that's the only good year in the 2010. A lot of people say 2014 and 2012 were also good years. Not to mention 2017 was another good year right behind it. And it's interesting that we all collectively choose 2016 as the year.
I think it's because 2016 started the wave, bro. It's no pandemic. I'm pretty sure the years would have just kept on keeping on, because 2016 good music and whatnot. 2017 still good. Double XL list was bad in my personal opinion, but we got when did Fetty Wap drop his songs? Let's say 2016. 2017, then there was 6ix9ine, Emily Choppa, a whole bunch of artists were at their biggest, Fetty Wap, again, 6ix9ine, Emily Choppa, Blueface, Little Pump, Gucci Gang, and triple platinum from those years. You can say they're bad artists now, that music's corny now, but back in the day, it was great music, and everybody's gonna sit up here and lie and be Lil Pump was never good. 6ix9ine was never good. We're busting out the up on a regular. Man, I hate revisionist history. People, I get your taste grew, but you can't act those songs were not great back in the day.
Year that we glorify. Why is that though? Well, honestly, I don't fucking know. And I really can't answer that for you. It's just what it is. Sometimes we as a society just hyperfixate on one thing, and no matter what's wrong with that thing, we just glaze. I particularly call it the MJ effect. And funny enough, I'm actually talking about both of them. No matter how many bad things these two people did, their legacy in public opinion seems spotless, even though they both did some very controversial things, if they were reportedly true. And back when those things did break out, they caught a lot of flack for it. But because of how great they were, and because of how they made us feel, we just simply don't give a f. So what if MJ touched kids? I'm still finna listen to Thriller, gang. Hey, that nigga nigga ain't touch me. I don't give a fuck. So what if Michael Jordan was an asshole? As long as he's dicking other players on the court, I don't care, man. Like,
Hey, yo.
And even though there's a lot of bad things that happened in 2016, and we've kind of put this MJ status on 2016. Back in 2016, a good amount of people thought it was the worst year ever. I mean, prime example, Trump was elected. And no matter what your opinions on about that man, we all know when he got elected president, all hell broke loose. Brother, my whole family was talking about moving to Canada and Jamaica, all because a man got elected as president. Like, people thought Trump was dead ass finna bring back slavery game. And while again, y'all should know my opinions on Trump. Not really the biggest fan. But at the same time, we were just being overly dramatic. Even though people were going through midlife crises during this time, I guarantee those same people still say that it's a good year because of the MJ effect. Or you can just call it nostalgia. I feel like MJ effect is more than nostalgia. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. But when you match this with the fact that everybody was social during this time, it's no wonder that this year was so iconic. And honestly, if we started using our phones less for just 1 year, we might even get a repeat of 2016. But that will never fucking happen because we're all addicted to our phones. I will say that. To the people who feel like they peaked in 2016, brother, get a fucking life.
I was 11, bro. If I peaked at 11, I need to jump off a cliff or something. Yeah. Peaking at 11? Nah. What? Grade 6? That was not my peak. I haven't even reached my peak yet, for real. You know what I'm saying?
I get the year was a good year, but at the same time, peaking 9 years ago is sad, gang.
9
Let's not act
years,
like there hasn't
bro.
been any other good year. Like, for instance, 2024 was a very valid year. I even made a video comparing 2024 to 2016, which I
2024, last year? Well, for me, 2024 was not a great year, for real. What? Hey, that's my personal business. I ain't gonna talk about it.
a lot of y'all hate it for whatever reason. But gang, we've had good years.
But my best year, 2023. Like the year I graduated high school, that was a good year. That was low-key a vibe. I ain't gonna lie. What? Talked to the most girls I have in a while. Almost like was serious about a talking stage. That was pretty fun. I had a job. You know what I'm saying? I was a mascot for my school. Yeah, 2023 is fire for me. I ain't gonna lie.
And even though 2016 was an elite year, I'm telling you right now, the way y'all talking about it might just be a little bit overrated. Tone it down. Because if you're too busy living in the past, you won't see what's happening right in front of you. And right now, we're on the horizon of what might be one of the greatest years of all time, 2026. Which is ironically 10 years beyond 2016. What the fuck going on here?
Y'all, 2026 is going to be peak. Next, we're finally getting the highly anticipated GTA 6 release after more than 10 years. And it's not just GTA, we got other games like Halo and Lego Batman dropping as well. And bro,
Cool.
the movie lineup is stacked. We're talking Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man, Minions 3, The Odyssey.
Oh, anime too. A whole bunch of anime is coming out. Okay, I'm watching this movie for sure because, you know, gotta watch a story about my life. Spider-Man, got to. Avengers, mandatory. Super Mario Galaxy, got to, bro. Even though that's the main reason I'm not like a real gamer today, bro. My Wii, my Wii stopped working at a certain level. Not stopped working, but for me, it stopped working. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna watch. Toy Story 5, insane work. Minions 3, I'm gonna see that still.
And the list just keeps going. If you thought it couldn't get any better, TV shows in 2026 are also coming through. There's Invincible, The Boys, Dexter, plus a ton more. And on top of all this, we got the World Cup being hosted by 3 countries.
Said 2026 sound too good to be true, and that shit hit on a personal level.
Plus, the way that this NBA and NFL season is looking, it's going to be one of the greatest playoffs for both individual leagues. Same thing with CFB. We all know March Madness is going to be crazy. I truly think that 2026 is either going to compete or surpass 2016 final. But if you're still stuck on the past, you won't be able to enjoy the present. So, guys, let's let 2016 2016 go. It was a great memory, but I guarantee half y'all who are glazing it were only like 5 or 6 when it happened. And if you weren't, you were like 10 or 11
Yeah.
like me. So let's stop acting like we actually love that shit, and let's enjoy the year that we're actually gonna get to live through. But besides that, let me know your opinions down in the comment section down below. Sky Crew, stay fly as always. Follow my live Twitch.
Well, that was fun. Peace.